we can go ahead with it. Yeah, maybe you can just share a few lines about you. What are you planning to do and what brings you here? Anirudh, if you're speaking, your mic is on, but I think we are not able to hear. You want to?
Hello. Yes, ma'am. There
Yeah.
was a connection problem.
Now we can hear you. Yeah. So you want to go ahead? Just share quickly what brings you here.
Ma'am, actually, I've got to know about. I've joined a WhatsApp group, Unlock Your Year GYS.
Mm-hmm.
I joined them. I joined that group by getting to know about from a video of YouTube
Okay.
about uh, Anita ma'am.
Uh-huh.
So, ma'am, actually, I've completed my high school this year, and
Oh,
I've
okay.
joined college.
Okay.
I'm pursuing BBA.
Okay.
So, ma'am, I was before joining college, and now also I am very confused. So, what should I do in my future for my future, and what should I do in life?
Okay. Yeah, don't
So,
worry. Many of us are confused, so you're not alone.
so and even I don't. I also don't know I should do BBA or not. I'm not sure. Just I'm doing because
Okay.
my parent told me.
Okay.
I'm doing in that flow.
Okay. Okay. So what brings you to Aarohi? Have you heard about Aarohi earlier, or you just want to know more about it? What
No, ma'am,
brings you? You
I
don't know
don't
anything.
know the Aarohi, but I'm familiarized with the concept because there is also a place called Auroville.
Ah,
The
okay.
open learning is also taught there.
Okay. Great.
Shikshantra is also there
Yeah, Shikshanta.
in
Yes.
Rajasthan.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
There
Nice.
also open learning is taught.
Yep. Okay. So, Anjali, you want to go next? Share what brings you here.
Yeah, sure. So, I'm from Bangalore and I completed my college last year, and then immediately after that, I took a gap year. And I've been volunteering and doing internships since then. And I realized that there's so much to learn, and the amount of knowledge that I gained from people and different community in different parts of India, I realized that I wanted to do this for a longer period of time and then understand how and what I need to do in life. And then I kind of got to know about Aarohi in the Gap Year Summit, and I was pretty surprised and felt guilty how I never got in touch with you because it's near Bangalore and I stay in Bangalore. And then the entire concept kind of resonated a lot with me because I'm completely into art and craft, and I also write, and I'm also into traveling and photography. So,
Oh,
and
wow.
since it's an open learning community, I was very intrigued and fascinated on how it functions, and I wanted to learn more about it.
Great.
And yeah, so that's what got
Welcome.
me here.
Pooja, you want to share a bit about what brings you here?
Yeah. So hi, I'm Pooja. I'm from Ahmedabad, and I wanted to do ECCE course with the kids, and like I've been looking at Aarohi's videos and everything. I found you from Gap Year Summit, and I mean, I just wanted to know what happens. I am actually very excited to be a part of Aarohi as well.
Okay. Prapun, you want to go next?
Sure, sure. I'm Prapun, basically from Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Basically, there are two reasons. One is professional and another is personal. So first, I will start with my professional. So I'm a HR turned entrepreneur. So when I was working as a HR, I didn't feel the I didn't felt like the work which I'm doing that great because most of my work is all about identifying the good resources because I'm into recruitment. So I was just helping people who are already experienced or who are already getting good packages, getting them better. I mean, more packages or else travel abroad for different positions and all this stuff. But where somewhere I want to help student communities, especially for the freshers. Being it product-based companies, we can't hire directly freshers. So until unless they're very skilled and other aspects to be required. So I started my own entrepreneurship journey, and I moved back to my native city, Visakhapatnam, and I back then I married and I have a kid also. During that, I have something this questioning for myself, like. Uh, I mean, I don't want my kid to be. I mean, it's not about I don't want my kid to be. I have this question of like generally people say this term a lot in Telugu. In Telugu, it is called like this generation is far ahead from us. But to be frank, if we look at the crux of it, there is nothing like that. We as people elder when we grow, we start focusing on jobs, we focus on bills, we focus on emis, and we lose that emotion or connect of learning and connecting with kids. And what we do is like we'll be in some different format and we'll follow the system like sending kid to school, then college, then engineering for other different city, then we abroad. So we are the ones who are actually distinguish the kids. So I don't want to do that. Basically, what I feel is I want to be always with my kid and help them understand whatever he want, and also rather than if I couldn't if I had my dream like I didn't become an engineer, I don't want to force my kid to become an engineer. Rather, from the young age, I want to learn the things whatever he want to learn, so that I can customize it and give it to him based on his intake. So these were my initial thoughts. And to this happen, it is not that only a one-man person. I need to create that community. So building that community is one aspect. So I was looking for a lot of things, but I never realized Shikshanta or Aravel or anyone back then. I just came to know about just 1 year. But what I was doing in my entrepreneurship journey last almost like 5 years is all about focusing on the engineering students. So what I mean engineering students is because these students are the one who immediately hit the real world, and I want to help them understand the bigger picture than just getting into that only job mindset. Rather than trying to help them with connecting with real entrepreneurs for internships, get them experience, get that exposure. So these are the activities which I'm doing now. Currently, it's 3:15. I'm sorry for that. So if you look at what I'm doing is I help students to develop an entrepreneur mindset from early stage through internships. And what got my attention is I needed to create everything because I now I get to see like people are already doing activities, so I can learn something from you. So that made me to end up here. I'm not sure whether I answered this.
Yeah. Vaishnu, thanks a lot, Prapun, for sharing. Vaishnu, you want to share what brings you here?
Sorry, I was in a meeting, so I couldn't like follow up things. So, but I was keenly listening, like what's going on, just putting on mute my the company meeting which I'm attending. So,
Yeah.
what brought me here is that like at first I got to know about Sikshanta. So, I mean, which I had a vague idea that I want to create something related to it. So I can see that Sikshanta is already doing it. So I mean, I got so much interested about it, and then got to know about the gap year and like met like a lot more people here. And the reason why I've chosen Aarohi is like the same the feeling I had when I got to know about Sikshanta. The same I can resonate with Aarohi also because like as Prepun said, like I mean, even I'm from I didn't give intro, so I'm also from Andhra Pradesh. So like we also have this context, like get into a good college and then like settle very early in your life. So I mean, not everyone, but at least few of us. I mean, few of us, the parents have. So that's what like I want to just get out of it, or at least have a different perspective for learning, which is something I have never experienced it, but which I'm seeing in life
being done at Aarohi. So that's the thing which really made me get interested to know more about Aarohi. And if there is a chance, then definitely would like to intern or at least visit and get to know about it. Thank you.
Thanks, Vaishnu, for sharing. Abhijit, you want to share what brings you here, and then I can just little share and take you guys through the whole process.
Sure, Aditi. So, Abhijit here from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. I've been into center learning, for the past 3 years. I'm completely immersed into it. Initiated 5 years back and completely immersed into it for the past 3 years. I was thinking of, you know, visiting Aarohi sometime back. I know about Aarohi. I have referred several individuals to Aarohi. There are few individuals from Tirupur who has visited Aarohi. By the way, Tirupur is near Coimbatore, my place, and there are few individuals who are studying in Aarohi, so I referred them. So they were really happy that with the support of Aditi and Ratnesh, the parents, the transformation they had in that child, they are so happy, so blissful, and I could see it in their face, the parents, their face, they are so blissful. That's what I could say. And actually, we have a small community up here. My self-directed journey, it has been facilitated by few elders whom I know. So they were the ones who put the seed in my head. It was life transformatory for me. So I did follow my heart after that. So I learned a lot about financial markets, the stock market. I'm really good at, and I have set up my own office here in Kottur, providing financial services in the sorts of stock market and insurance related services. So I do that. And I'm happy to involve with Aarohi. That's what I would say, because we have a small community here, few elders and few of kids, mostly elders. We come and we come together and we share perspectives. Most of the effective learnings happen there, I would say, rather than all these formal education. Most of the meaningful and happen there. So I really look forward and respects to Aarohi for the work they are doing, and really look forward to involving with Aarohi. That's my thing. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot, all of you, sharing your journey. And we see a lot of different people from different walks of the life coming together and trying to understand what is this whole concept of open learning. So what I'll do is I'll take you through a little base before you get to know about Aarohi X, little about Aarohi. Then I'll share what's happening in Aarohi X, and then what you as an intern can how can you start, and how does your journey starts with Aarohi. So basically, I think many of you know, it's an open learning community. Open, when we say open, it's open to all kinds of interest. There's nothing, no age, no entry age, no exit age, no boundaries of styles, no boundaries of what you want to learn, how you want to learn, from whom you want to learn. Everything is open. The whole basis of the community is we all come together because we want to learn different things, and that's what it makes it. And we all come together, and that's what makes it community. So that's how this whole whatever the mm, basis of this community. And when we talk about the openness, um, so open learning in itself is not not something which you can define. It's open for individual to define for themselves. Some believe in homeschooling, some believe in unschooling, some believe in free schooling, some believe in between, some moves from this spectrum to this spectrum. But what matter is that how do you want to create your own space in this community, and that's what is and it's like, instead of system leading you, you are the leader of yourself, right from the child being leader of himself. Families, they leader of themselves. They decide how do they want their education system, and what kind of education system they want to create for the children. And that's what makes this community, open learning community, where we just offer an environment, different processes, which empower them to learn on their own, whether it's a family, whether it's an individual, whether it's a child, or anybody who wants to get into it. So I have a small video. Some of you have visited Aarohi campus, some of you have not. I thought I'll just bring a little snippets for you.
Connecting with people is amazing.
I like chit-chatting with my friends while eating.
An opportunity to take all the guests around the tour, around the campus.
Currently, I'm working on improving myself so I can play in a club next year.
I get resources and support to fulfill my passion for sketching.
I sketch many things of animals, birds.
In Aarohi, I am a guest and I can find my space here, pursuing my interest on upcycling.
I drum to express my emotion and it makes me feel lighter. In bird watching, I learn a lot of things. What is color of bird, and
I like the time when I spend with the community playing sports.
I spend time doing projects related to cinematography and video editing.
I like organizing trips in Aarohi, kyunki your opportunity is to organize trips.
Video making is awesome. It's productive and you get an awesome outcome.
I like to do electrical work. I've put many.
I connect with the planning here. Gives me clarity.
I like playing with the plants. I learn crochet and teach others crochet.
எனக்கு சமைக்கிறதுக்கு இங்க ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும்.
All the resources here are new to me to explore.
So that's what Aarohi is for you, and that's what we welcome you to the community. So many of the time when people come new and they have this question that how learning happens, and we say it's simple. It happened by themselves, and then how does that happen? If you see any learning which you want to do, you decide what you want to do, then you do it, and then you reflect on it, and then you again decide, then you again do, and then you reflect, and that's how the circle keeps on moving, and that's how with this circle you keep on growing. And that's what this community gives to each individual, that you decide what you want to do, and then do it, and that's where the environment or the community comes together, and then you reflect on it, and then you again move ahead. So in this space, nobody is binded by any curriculum. The world is a curriculum. You decide, the child decide, the family decide what is that they want to learn and how do they want to learn. There's no teacher. Each one of you rather a teacher to each other, as one child was saying, I learn crochet and I teach also crochet. So we don't, the community is not driven by teachers, but driven by the learners who wants to learn, and they decide who will be their teacher, who will teach them, how will they teach them, and the world is their teacher. There's no assessment, because we don't, or we think that external assessments are not required. Internal assessments or self-assessments are more important, and that's what our different processes are driven, and that's what happens even naturally in life, that how do I grow? I grow by assessing myself. There is no organization imposition on the children to move ahead, or the families to move ahead, where there's a world beyond college degrees and various different ways. So the one who wants to go in that path, they choose that path. The one who wants to go for, say, different options like self-learning, internship, open courses, and whichever they want to do, they pick up, they choose, and then they move ahead with that. This small little video for you, and then I'll take you.
Aarohi is a learning community where all of us learn together, eat together, sleep together, and also play together. We take care of each other and look after others' needs. And our campus is an open place where you can come and do whatever you want related to learning. In Aarohi, I can decide what I want to learn. I can learn by books, by doing, from videos, or from any person in the community, or even the guest. We do not follow any curriculum. We plan what we want to learn. I decide what I want to plan and do every day.
According to me, Aarohi is spelled as DOING. Hands-on by learning and observing and experiencing.
We have no classes, no exams. We learn what we want, and if any one of us wants to give 10th or 12th examinations, we prepare and give via open schooling like NIOS.
Like, I was interested in playing the piano. I played the piano and practiced, and I got better and better each day. And now I play really nice. That is my assessment. We live together. I am from Bangalore. I typically come every Monday and go back on Friday to my home. Some of us are from different cities. We stay here for a couple of weeks and go back home. When their parents decide, they can come back or they can stay, however long they want to stay. In Aarohi, we learn to fail and learn from failing. I made 8 gliders, all were failed, my 9th glider was successful.
We learn by meeting people and also going to places. We travel a lot, both in and around our campus, as well as traveling to other cities. We may go to museums, we may go to people's places, we may go to factories. We went recently to Hampi to explore history and kingdoms. We went to seashore to learn surfing, and so on. The list is endless.
Aarohi is a learning community. We all are here to learn different things, like playing, cooking, gardening, playing instruments.
Aarohi is an open community, which means children of all ages are welcome. I can come when I want, I can go when I want. First week I came to Aarohi, and the second week I could not come to Aarohi. So I stayed back at my home. Aarohi is a community. We all are equal, we live together. There are no teachers, we learn from each other.
Aarohi is life education. I learn what I need in my life by doing it here.
Okay, so that was a brief about what Aarohi is all about, but you will not be able to experience it because of the COVID. And that's where we got the opportunity to extend the Aarohi to different homes, and we realized that children don't need teaching. What they need is the interaction. What they need is the community. So the whole this extension or extending Aarohi is all about connections. Children make connection, or families make connection with each other. We collaborate on different interests, what we want to do, right from, say, I want to do theater, or I want to learn about fraction. I collaborate with different people. Either we learn together, or we learn from someone. Yeah. There's a lot of collateral learning happens in the community. There's a platform where we all share our learnings, and like in my home, I might be baking a cake, and which I share with people. Oh, today I have done this, and then you sitting in your home get that, oh, somebody in the community is doing this, and how are you doing this? Can I also learn from you? And there's a lot of interaction happen, that okay, there's so many different possibilities are there, and that's how we are connecting with each other. And one of the need is to somebody who can mentor me, somebody who can support me, somebody who can guide me, somebody who can coach me as and when I need. And in the community, when we co-create, we co-learn, co-support, and we live in Aarohi X, or even in Aarohi, child don't alone. I mean, the child just don't join it as a child, but the whole family join, and that's where there's a lot of things happening. There is a community space where we come together in opening circle in the morning, then there is a closing circle in the Saturday where we all come together and we reflect on our different processes. There are around 40 clubs running based on the different interests or different children, and these all clubs are run by parents, children, learners, all different resource people. Apart from that one-to-one collaboration, I want to learn, I want to do this programming, can someone teach me? And then someone else will come and then collaborate with you. Apart from that, the need for the exposure, what's happening, what different people are doing, how can we come as a community together, and then we create a different shows for us. So that's more or less a weekly format for you to get the idea. So when you will join, and when you come to that common space, you will hear these words: oh, today's opening circle, oh, today's closing circle, okay, this club, I'm going to this club, this is a schedule of the club. You can see a lot of action happening in that platform, and sometimes that action can maybe overwhelm for someone, and that's where I'm bringing this whole thing in one slide for you, that be prepared for the action. And Yeah, so so that's where I want to offer you. I'll share the registration link with all of you. So for interns, there's a different little registration form. I think someone has already filled up. That's okay, but you can fill up again your registration form, and then you just start. Okay, and what we share our gift with you is the mentoring for your internship when you're there with us for a month. uh, we mentor you, we meet you every Wednesday in the morning for 1 hour, and then we as a group we come together, and then we support you, guide you, coach you, whatever your requirement. You get the exposure of how open learning community is working, where parents are coming together and then learning about parenting facilitation. Parents are coming in different, just now there was a parent and a group of children were working on the theater. They all are co-creating their own theater space for themselves. So you get the exposure of that, how this whole ecosystem works, where we when we take away all these boundaries of teachers, conventional examinations, and we just let them decide what they want to do. There are children who are preparing for exams, so they have their own ecosystem. There are parents who are supporting them, there are resource people who support them. So there's a lot of things happens in that, and we offer you the whole community to you. Whichever club you will go, you will be welcome, and supported and guided and whatever you need. So that's about is our offering. So I think now I can take questions. If you have any questions, I can take that. Or I have done the presentation which cleared all your doubts, then it's done, we can close the session. Yeah, you don't need to raise the hand because it's a smaller group. You can just go ahead and then come and we can chit chat. Yeah.
Ma'am, the Facebook link, can you tell me the Facebook link?
Pardon?
Ma'am, the Facebook link.
You need the Facebook link?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I can share with you. Yeah, it's just Aarohi Life Education. You can go and then share.
Okay.
So, ma'am, like the internship is kind like for full 1 month we have to be present there, and it's, I mean, as the COVID is going on, it's going to be online or like offline. Like
everything is online. No, so, yeah, okay. So what did you ask the question? In what sense? Like the campus is not open because we are still waiting for the government to allow the group of people to come together. So campus in terms of physical space is not open, but in terms of the working of the community is going on in different forms. Yeah.
So once suppose the campus is open, so is there a scope that like you can visit the campus?
Definitely, that's open for all the guest visitors. Throughout the year we have guests coming, and
Oh.
visiting, staying. Some stay for a day, a week, a month, year, lifetime. Choice is yours.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am, I tried working on Slack.
Yeah.
I actually didn't understand how to. I mean, I'm still a bit confused. I
Yeah.
also went through the video, but it's still a bit like I didn't
Yes,
get it.
that's why I said ready for the lot of action, lot of confusion in the beginning, and I think you will find your space. You will find the groove. You will find what's happening. Yeah, and that's where I guess your open learning starts, where we're trying to figure out what's happening around there, and yeah, you will get that. Yeah,
So
and
all the interactions will happen through Slack.
uh, yes and no. Just 1 minute. Yeah, yeah. Um, no, there are many different ways you can interact with people. You can okay, for you as an intern, yeah, it will look like that the most of the interactions are happening through Slack. Yeah. So if you say offline interactions are happening on this platform, online interactions are happening through different sessions, different clubs which the people come together, and then there are various other interactions happening which you will get to understand, like I was talking about the collaboration in this previous sheet. This one-to-one collaboration, like I want to learn music, or I want to sing music together with someone, so I can just only talk to you, and then both of us can decide the timing, and then we can start learning together, or we just sing together. Yeah, so those collaboration happens apart from the Slack space. Yeah.
Thank you.
I had a doubt. So,
Yeah.
will the collaboration and the internship depend on the kind of group I'll be part of, or the kind of community I'd be interested to step myself in?
I didn't get you.
Um, okay, so I meant that the whole process of interning or collaborating, will it depend on the group I'll be part of, since you said that there are many groups running simultaneously. So can I keep myself in different groups, or will I
You
have
can
to
be in you
stay
can be
or
in
some?
all the groups, you can
Okay,
be in not a single group.
okay, okay, okay.
It's choices yours. So for the interns, what I suggest is, as Pooja is saying, I'm confused, which is good. That means you're trying to understand what's happening. Um, uh, you get confused, you go around, you hop here and hop there, and then uh, imagine you have come to a physical space, and then you will either interact with someone, ask someone a question. You've gone to a new place, you're just trying to get what's happening around. But when you go to that place, everybody is busy in their own spaces, but they do connect with you. So uh, yeah, you find your space. In some spaces you would just like to go as an observer, in some spaces you would like to go as a participant, so in some spaces you would just go and then say, okay, this is not the space which I want to so when I'm talking about space, in physical space we can talk about many different kind of spaces, but when it is online, right now, say a club is happening, like right now we are interacting, right? This is the one space which is happening, and I have announced it in the community that this is what is happening, anybody wants to join. So now that Leela has joined from the community, and then she wanted to know what's happening around here, so she is part of this space right now with us. Yeah, so similarly, when you go through those different things, and then, okay, let me see what's happening, maybe I want to join here, maybe I want to interact here, maybe I want to contribute here, maybe I want to continue this here. So so in terms of working as an intern, you will not be different than any other community member. Yeah. Um but as an intern, you might have a say a goal in your mind that, I want to explore what is open learning is. I want to do this project after learning about this, so I want to go ahead with this. Or you might say that I have no other objective right now, I just want to experience, because I'm experiencing different communities. So that's how you will have your own agenda for this internship, which
So it's completely a blank slate for all of us, and then we can just do
you will
whatever
write. Yeah,
we
and
like.
that's
Okay.
how exactly it's for every child, everybody who joins the community. They start, they create their own slate. You write your own slate. Yeah. So I think Vaishnu was also Vaishnavi. I think your name was also asking, is it 1 month or less than 1 month? From our side, we say be there for a month to just to understand if that's what your objective is. Even when a parent join, we say experience the community for a month and then you decide what you want to do. Yeah. So for that's how this holy figure of 1 month is there. But if your needs are not met, or if you see, no, this is not what I'm looking for, most welcome to create something else for yourself. Yeah.
So, ma'am, do we? I mean, you mentioned about the registration form, right? Like,
Yeah.
can you once send it here, like, if
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
a possibility?
Yeah. I'll send all of you. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, hi Aditi.
Yeah. Hi. Is this?
Prapun.
Yeah, Prapun. Yeah.
So I'm really curious to know about Aarohi X. What is
Mm-hmm.
it, and how it is, how the process work over there, like for the kid.
No, I didn't get what you're saying.
I mean, in the message that you mentioned, like we have started something called Aarohi X
Yeah.
community. Like the kids can plan their own schedule. So
Yeah.
for them, how it works? I mean, what does those activities, or they have any
Yeah,
design?
I think that's what is there. The format which is there on the screen is about Aarohi X.
Okay. Okay.
So this format was created with children, with families, where they felt the need of a community space, that we as a community we come together and then we some kind of a do closing of the week. A lot more. We also revolve around the process called planning and the reflection, where each one of us plan our day or week or hour, or depends on how much you want to plan. So we come together and then we share with each other in the community. That's how my week is going to be, that's how my day is going to be. That's what we call is the opening circle. And we also come together as a community at the end of the week on Saturdays, where we again now reflect back, and all this happens online in different breakout rooms, in different groups, smaller groups. So that's what is the community action happen. Then when there is a collaboration, so there are different clubs running, there are different collaborations happening, where yeah, so it's like, some of the parents have, some of the children are younger, so they don't directly work on the through the Slack, but they work with their parents, through their parents, in these collaboration space. Like there is, I think he's 5-year-old or 6-year-old, he had the need that I need to interact with different children of my age, and with him we created a club called Thunderbolt Club. Okay. And in that club they do nothing, they just log in, some one or two or three or children together with their parents. They log in, open the screen, and then they share, this is my toy, this is what is this is what I did it. One day they even played, they created a tent, and then they all created with each other, kind of a thing. So it was their need where they can freely interact. That the constraint is that they can't right now work physically together, but then they created this whole space for themselves, that this is how we can interact with each other. So that's how their space came up. So similarly, like children who are interested in theater, children who are interested in electronics, programming, different kind of interest based groups are running, which you get to understand as you enter that space.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
And you mentioned about mentoring or else community in this conversation. So,
Yeah.
being an intern, do we get to interact whenever we have queries in person, or else it is weekly or
Yeah.
daily?
So for you, Wednesdays morning 10 to 12 or 10 to 11 is kept as a group mentoring. And in case if you need, yeah, so you can informally get the connection through, say, Slack, where you can post your inquiry and then or query. where someone can help you, guide you. If you need, you connect with any one of us, and then accordingly your need we can we do one to one with families when they need very specific inputs. Then we do one to one with people as facilitator. If you think that okay, there are like right now what's happening, normally till now the interns were once in a month, so we were just connecting with them one to one. But when we realized there are more people with the similar needs, so we said okay, let's have a call and let's have it together. Okay, so one of the thing which we I guess I'll share with you as your first mail it will come is that we say is that go slow, Aarohi ahead. Yeah, soak in yourself, experience yourself, and there is no hurry. There is no hurry to uh, uh, get something immediately out of it. And that's where I was telling Pooja, yeah, it's good you're confused. Stay in that space for you to find your own space around there, and that's what make all of us alive. Yeah, yeah. So Abhijit is sharing the word immerse. Yeah, immerse in this place and soak in, and then find, you will find your groove. Your child will find the groove. You might, both of you find different groups. You might find the same groups. I really don't know how it unfolds for each individual. So that's how it goes.
Yeah. So these online initiatives, like, will it be round the clock or any calendar kind of a thing, ma'am?
Yeah, there is a, yeah. So to the clubs which I'm talking about, there is a calendar, and there's a channel where you get to know about the different actions happening.
Got it.
From my side, I wanted to ask, managing, it's all about decentralization, giving responsibilities to the ones who are interested, who are inclined towards that specific goal or a specific objective, that's how it happens. I could understand, but I want to hear from you, Aditi and Ratnesh, how do you manage? How do you manage? That's what my question is. I've been following Aarohi page,
I guess you
Aarohi
have to
YouTube channel.
experiences. I don't think I can share my experience and tell you how do you manage. I'm sure after some time you will tell me how would you like to manage.
Sure. Would love to immerse, and so and get things, things in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think as of now we can close unless somebody has any more questions. Now, Vaishnavi's hand is raised.
From
I'm
the link,
assuming it was the earlier one. Yeah.
And ma'am, one more quick question. Like, I mean, is it feasible for those who are working like normal job? So is it possible for them also, to be part of it? And like, I mean, like they'll be quite occupied with the work, and along with that, they can do this one as well. Like, do you think?
I think everybody is working.
Uh-huh. I
Everybody
mean,
is.
that's for like those who are actually like working, like for everyone, like
There is
whoever
nothing
is
like
there.
actual and fake working. Everybody is working out in this world. Okay. And it's just that we design our day differently. Now it's, you need to see that what all do you want in your day, in what all you want to design your day with. Yeah. So where do you want spaces for something new? If you want, you can include. If you say no, I'm not wanting to have this newness in my day schedule today, absolutely fine. Yeah. So it's up to you how much you want to create that thing
Okay.
for yourself. Yeah. So actually I'm not joking that working, I think that itself is a myth that I'm working. If you ask me, everybody in this world is working.
Yes.
Right from the child to the parent to the entire universe is working. It's just that the kind of works which we do are different. Yeah. Some of us do, and all of us are doing different kinds of work. Yeah. So and within that, many of us have some constraint. Yeah, this the time I cannot, like right now I'm there with you for an hour, I cannot do anything else. Yeah, so I have to say no for that. So in that sense, I'm constrained to receive any other new things during this an hour. Yeah. So for some, these constraints are say 5 hours, for some for these constraints are 4 hours, for some these constraints are 10 hours. Yeah. So that you figure out that how do you want to bring, and what is that you want, and then you bring balance for yourself.
You are determined, right, Vaishu? You turned up here, so you'll navigate. You'll navigate through it, no issues.
Just one quick question.
Yeah, Prapan. Yeah.
Yeah. So all these activities are co-created by the parents, or else can we? I mean, I've been to LSU recently, so I never experienced something like that ever before. There's something, one initiative called like people will be sharing their experience, and you'll not in a phase where you'll either reply or give feedback or judge. You'll just listen. So, I mean, do we also have such kind of workshops or activities in this process?
It depends. Yeah, it depends on the need of the people. If you think you want to have that space, go ahead and then create that space for people. If you think that is not existing what you're looking for, and if you have the need, so what, you're there for a month, you can have that space for a month, for a week. Yeah. Like for example, there are a couple of parents who come together and they are now working on their life design.
Okay.
Yeah. So it began with a small process of planning, and then said, okay, fine, we need to have to go deeper into it. So then they created a club called Life Book, and now they are working together. Yeah, because that was not existing. So you feel that this needs to be created, go ahead and then create that space. So this 43 months back was zero. So what I'm talking about, 40 clubs which are running, which are interest based, this was a zero number. We just started with a blank slate 3 months back, and how different needs and different collaborations have created different spaces for different exposures. I will say that. Yeah.
And in person, I'm asking actually with Aarohi, in person, you have such workshops already done. I mean, those knowledge or different activities. I just want to get to know. Maybe down the line during internship, can I get to know? Or else in the process only we'll figure out those things also be part of this.
Yes, definitely. You will figure it out. Yeah. And you will get to know both ways. Yeah. Both the things. Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah. As well as, yeah, some of you also might be working on a say specific projects which you want to work on, and you need some guidance on that. And if you need, I think that we can as the process goes on, we can work out that. Yeah. So we meet tomorrow at 10. I'll now only that's where Wednesday, every Wednesday 10 to 11 I'll be meeting you, and tomorrow is the first day for all of us. I'll send you the registration form, you can fill it up, and in that you will also get the access to Slack. Couple of messages I'll send you to get comfortable with Slack, understand this whole thing. Yeah. And then tomorrow I can also give you a little guided tour if required, and then you can just start. Means you already started with understanding this basic process, and then you can move ahead.
Just jump into the water. That's the thing, Kandy.
Yep. So we can close this and see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Sure.
Leela, you're there. You want to share anything? Or